if I learned anything from my life, it's like it's so unpredictable, right? The more you recognize the hukam, the easier it is to do this, and that only comes through like, you know, doing simran, making sure your rahat is good. You do really get the contentment of like you're fine with whatever happens. Let's learn something. Let's learn like economic development. Let's learn planning. Let's learn like these kind of skills that we could take back to Punjab and develop Punjab.
Welcome back, people, to the second edition on interviewing SIKH Singh, aka Brampton Grand. In the last week's episode, we talked about what he enjoyed doing in his spare time, the kind of things he's been up to growing up as a young individual, and the person that made him here today, Brampton Grand. So introducing the legendary comedian himself, who puts a lot of smiley faces on many people around the world. Introducing the comedian, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
One of a wizard's most rudimentary skills is levitation. Don't forget the nice wrist movement we've been practicing. The swish and flick. Everyone? The swish and...
Hey, mind the man, I keep flip. पता नहीं लगता इंग्लिश वाली क्लास दे विच की बोली जांदा है.
Stop. You're going to take someone's eye out. Besides, you're saying it wrong.
What I say?
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Leviosa.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Oh, wow!
Oh, well done! See here, everyone. This Granger's
Oh, guys, you give Lava Ji Wingardium Leviosa! Shared in the eye, kar de.
Mr. SIKH Singh, aka Brampton Grand, welcome back to the show. How are you doing?
Thank you. Good, man, good.
You doing good? Awesome, man.
Yeah, bro.
Awesome. I can see you got the whole setup going as well. You got the mic, you got the lights. You got everything going, man.
We got it, bro. Karna penda, you know.
So you got it. You look professional, man. Look pro. With your headgear on as well, man.
I don't know how pro the tracksuit looks, but
That's dope, man. That's dope. So in the previous episode, we talked about your top 3 advice that you would give to a content creator or someone who would be interested in making videos. And you just said straight up, just start, man. Just start making videos. Don't think too much about it and just get videos out there. Share it with your family and friends. And I think that's top-notch advice. I think that's brilliant. So in this episode, we're going to get to know you a little bit more. So we're going to talk about more current issues that's going around at the time of this recording.
if we talk about like the farmers protesting and stuff, right? Like this is not the first time that this kind of unrest has like happened, right? Even during the Anandpur Sahib resolution, like a lot of like the points there are related to agriculture. And I think what's like an interesting thing to compare is that back then these protests were led by Dharmika people, right? It was like the Taksal, and they were at the head of it, Pindrale Sant. They were like leading these protests, right? Now it's like when you look at like footage from these rallies, it's a bunch of singers and stuff just standing up there. So I think so that's a very interesting thing I've seen. It's like, how far are these singers gonna take us when we want our rights and stuff, right? Like, so I think like that's a very like that's like one interesting thing I noticed about these protests. Another thing is that like I don't know too much about like the exact situation that's happening.
Hey, in terms of the singers, if they did not stand up for the rights of the Punjabi people and the farmers, we will be the ones who actually start saying, you got all this following, you come from a background of farmers, and you got all the support from Punjabi farmers, and you're not using your following, you're not using your power to help the situation. So it's good that they are taking the initiative and, you know, supporting the cause. So I think it is good, but I like the idea, that perspective of how these be more dynamic leaders, more powerful leaders who used to actually do stuff, and now we have
so I think like with you mentioning that, like a point has come to my mind again. It's like, what is the goal, right, with the protests and all that stuff? Is it just to get like the bill amended? Is it just to get like them to not pass that bill or to like bring it back? Or is there like a larger goal here? Is there like a larger issue here of why like Punjab is always being targeted with like all this kind of stuff? Like, why is it like like with like the river water being diverted, and like the fact that like the land of 5 rivers has to dig underground to what, like 300 feet now, I think, to get the groundwater. And so yeah, so there is a deeper issue here, and it could be
especially
related.
especially when Punjab is known as the food bowl of the country. Like Punjab feeds a lot of India, and then they don't get the right to even use their own water, own resources to help themselves and support themselves. Is terrible, man. Sadly.
Yeah, man. This like movement, it just seems like a leaderless movement to me. It's like one guy will organize a little protest here, everybody's gonna run there, everybody's gonna run here, this, that. Everybody just sitting around waving flags. I don't see like a leader here anywhere. I'm not like, again, it's easy for me to say this. I'm sitting out in Canada, right, talking about this, but like, I really like wish like it was more better organized with like a clear goal in mind of like what is gonna happen. Like, are we content with just living like this? Are we content with just like not having any power over our own land?
I think these are all thought-provoking questions that we do need to ask ourselves. And I guess the best we can do right now is actually just do ardas in front of Maharaj. Because Maharaj can do everything, so that's probably the best that we can do right now. Also, I think these initiatives that have been taking place, I think people are trying, in essence.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, people are trying.
Yeah, there's always room for improvement. But hey, that's easy for us to say, chilling at home. But you know, Maharaj did good plan. Maharaj did good plan. In terms of leaders, you spoke about that we need more leaders. Maybe you should step up to the plate, Mr. Brampton Grand. You know, rise your Brampton army and solve this issue.
No, I don't think that leadership's not for me, man. I'm very struggling to get through this interview right now. How am I gonna like address the nation? You know. But
I mean, hey, if you ever going for president or prime minister, you'll get a lot of hashtags going. I'll make sure you get a lot of hashtags going. Vote for Brampton Grand for president or prime minister.
Yeah, we could do some like guerrilla marketing. You know, we could get like social media, maybe for like an hour or two, get something popping. But then like, I don't know.
Yeah. In terms of politics, anyways, and leaders, you know what's dope? Having people like Gurudhan Singh and Jagmeet Singh who are doing such incredible stuff, and they're quite up high in the rankings, you know, in the Canadian politics. Like, you think that's dope?
Yeah, I think that's amazing. Like that shows you that like, you know, your Sikhi Swaroop doesn't hold you back. So don't think of it as like a anchor, right? It's actually it's an asset. It's like what makes you like different from everybody else. It's like how you stand out. So it's like when you're carrying this Swaroop, like you're like again, like all the attention is on you. So if you do something good with it, that gets amplified. But at the same time, if you do something bad with it, that gets amplified too, right? So it's like
definitely, man. I think it's really inspirational having these kind of people around and actually showing people, you know what, being a Singh and looking like a Singh and doing what a Singh does can get you very far in life. And I think that's inspirational, man. And especially you, bro, like you're a turban tying Sikh who's actually making super funny videos. Like you don't get a lot of those lately, which is I think one of the reasons why you're popping right now as well, because you're a turban Singh, holding it down for the band, holding it down for the community, and you're doing levels, man. You're doing levels.
I don't think anybody else is doing Panthic comedy right now, man. And so I just saw the gap in the market and just ran after it, you know.
Yeah. The niche in the market.
Yeah. It's hard to do Panthic comedy without making it offensive, because like there's a fine line to walk. Like a lot of people do get called out online when they do cross that line. So luckily, I don't think I've crossed that line yet, and hopefully I don't.
That's good. I mean, we all know your intentions. You're trying to, be on the good side of things. You're not trying to annoy someone, and you're just trying to have like a little bit of fun side to this stuff. So we know your true intentions. So it's all good, bro. It's all good. But it's dope, man, that you're seeing yourself making all these videos. What's your future like? What kind of things have you got planned?
Oh man, I really don't know. Like, I tried to like, come up with like a 5-year plan before, like, plan out this, that, but it's like like if I learned anything from my life, it's like it's so unpredictable, right? Like no, like in my life, like major events don't happen, right? It's just like small things that are just interesting to me, and like tomorrow I might wake up with a new interest, and then the next day a new interest. So if I already have like a plan in mind, I don't want to restrict myself from any potential experience. So nowadays, like I don't try to like create a plan. I just go with the flow. And so like wherever things are leading me, and right now everything looks like it's going good. So why like try to disrupt that?
Definitely. I think you and me think alike a lot, to be honest, because like especially at jobs interviews or school, they always encourage us to think about what are you going to do in your next 5 years. You have to know what you're going to do in your next 3-5 years, what you want to become. And it's tough, man, being a young Sikh. Like you don't know what you want to do, or not even Sikh, just like a young person. Like you can't predict the future. We just all going in Marj's hukum, Hannah. So I think it's good to take day by day as it is and kind of go with the flow. I think that's good, man. That's good.
Yeah. I think the more you recognize the hukum, the easier it is to do this. And that only comes through like, doing Simran, like making sure your rahat is good and all that stuff. And like with that, you do really get the contentment of like, you're fine with whatever happens because you know it's hukum.
Yeah.
And so it's like a really like nice mindset.
Definitely, man. Definitely. And talk about mindset and inspirational stuff. Growing up, who has been your inspiration? What's inspired you to become the person you are here today?
Oh man, if we're talking about just like, if we're talking about the videos,
we'll put it in categories. So let's say from a thermic view, and maybe more of a worldly view. We have 2 categories, and you can choose 3 from any of them. Top 3 randomly.
Okay. Top 3 guys. I would say Jagraj Singh has to be number 1. For just like the thermic, just like everything in general, right? Like how to like I feel like we've had similar experiences prior to finding Sikhi, right? And like a similar like mindset and all that stuff. So the way he really connected like through those videos, man, it's like I can't even explain it. Like the way he explains Sikhi and creates your connection with Guru Sahib, it's amazing, right? And so like Jagraj Singh has to be number 1 for inspiration. Number 2,
you can only say nice things about Jagraj. Oh, you know what? You know what I'm gutted about? I've never met him in real life. I've always seen him in videos, always seen him in pictures. I've met the base of the Sikhi team, but I've never met him in real life. I'm like, darn it, man. Finally the case, but it's tough, man. But everything happens in Marj's hukum, man. But you know what's dope? The new base of Sikhi team, well, the old team and the new team, they're holding it down, man. They're doing well. So I'm happy for them. So that's one of them. Who else is your inspiration?
I think Adam Sandler when it comes to these comedy videos and stuff. Because a lot of his old movies, they like the characters he played and like the stuff, it was just so outrageous, bro. Like Happy Gilmore and like Billy Madison and stuff. Like I love those movies. Like those are some of my favorite movies, and like it's like amazing writing, amazing acting, amazing comedy. It's just like a good clean comedy for the most part. Yeah, which is what I really enjoyed. So I really like think of him as like an inspiration into making videos.
Definitely, man. I mean, that's what we do encourage, right? Good, clean, family-friendly comedy. Nothing, too out of the ordinary. That's good, man. That's good.
Yeah.
You know who else makes good, clean comedy videos? And FlexSingh Nijid. He's a dope guy.
Oh my god, he's hilarious. He's hilarious, bro. Yeah.
He's dope, man. You know what's crazy? Me and him don't live too far apart. Like literally, it's about like a 20-minute drive, maybe. Like we live so close. I didn't even know, man. He's a dope guy, man. He's a dope guy.
Yeah. And he's another example to learn from. Like look how minimal his production is, but like his content is like top notch though.
There you go, man. There you go. I mean, to be honest, like we all live in the UK because it's just you left in Canada now, man. Like what are you doing out there by yourself? You should be coming down here, man. This is where the real creators are.
I don't think so, bro. You guys have like no one, bro.
How you mean? How
I'm
you
trying-
mean?
I'm trying to think of like, yo, who's a UK creator? You guys got
Wait.
some dope rappers though, but
Yeah.
when it comes to comedy, there's like no comedy there, man. You guys got that dry British humor that you pass for comedy, which
Is that right? No, we got some people, man. We got some people.
no,
Nah,
UK
to
is
be
dope,
honest,
bro.
keeping it real. Canada does have a lot of like creators compared to the UK.
You know what?
And I think that
We're Bille out here. We're Bille local, bro. We have nothing to do.
Wrong. Fred,
ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਭੁੱਲ ਗਿਆ
what are you all doing here?
Rescuing you, of course. Now come on, get your trunk.
ਰਨ ਲਾ ਦੇ ਹੁੱਕ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕੱਢ ਦੇ ਪਿੰਜਰੇ ਚੋਂ
You better stand back.
ਲਾਗੀ ਹੁੱਕ ਲੈ ਜਾ ਭਜਾ ਜਾ ਗੱਡੀ ਲੈ ਜਾ ਬਾਗ ਤੇਰੇ ਨੌਜਵਾਨ ਦਾ ਅਰੇ ਫੜਾ ਦੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਟੈਚ ਛੇਤੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ He's escaping! Harry, ਤੂੰ ਸਾਰਾ ਡੇਢ ਡਰ
Let go of me!
Oh no, boy! You and that bloody pigeon aren't going anywhere!
ਐਪ ਲੋ ਪੀਜੀਐਨ
Fred, right!
तो मेरे साथ ऐसा बेड में रूममेट किने बढ़ना है
We got nothing to
Jokes, man.
do, man. Yeah.
You know what? It's a blessing in disguise too. To be honest, it's a blessing in disguise. But you know, it's one of those reasons why a lot of people want to come to Canada too, especially like people from India and from Punjab. You know, you hardly hear them say, "I want to come to like Australia or England." Most of them say,
Yeah.
"मैं Canada जाना," because of all the influences.
Nah, I think it's because it might be like it's easier for them to like get a citizenship here or something. Maybe I'm not too sure about the laws like that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people like a lot of people like the people online, they just like hate students for some reason. But like look at it from their point of view, right? They're living in Punjab. They have no future pretty much, like unless they like have money and can pay like somebody to get a job or something, right? So what do? They get a student visa, they come here, and here they're doing they have at least some sort of like future that they can pursue, right? So I think it's dope, man. Jinne bhi honde ne aayi jao, right? Like let's learn something. Let's learn like
Yeah.
economic development. Let's learn planning. Let's learn like these kind of skills that we could take back to Punjab and develop Punjab.
That's it, man. That's it. Looking at the future, especially with the farmers going on as well, with the whole bill passing through. I mean, it has passed through already, but hopefully margins it goes back. I mean, there will be hardly money left for students to make in Punjab and actually travel and come to Canada and have an education there. So hopefully margins
Exactly.
we do our best that the bill just goes back and goes in favor of the farmers, because they do a lot of hard work, man. They do a lot of hard
Yeah,
work.
man.
I mean, I don't know about you, but my family are strong. I have a strong background of farmers who come from Punjab, so I can feel the pain, man. How about yourself? What about your family?
Yeah,
Are
man.
they from a farming
they're all
background too?
farmers. Sare bas, they're all farmers.
That's dope, man.
Aur ki karna?
Dope.
Yeah.
Maybe one day we can go to Punjab too, and maybe we'll start getting to Kheti, because Kheti is not easy, It's hard work.
It is so
Proper
hard,
hard
bro.
work.
I think I'm good with just taking a picture on a tractor, right? Leave the real work for the real farmers.
Yeah.
gonna end up ruining their crop.
People, innit?
Yeah, we'll be like, yo, we're raising awareness. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰੀ ਜਾਓ
Yeah.
ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸਟੋਰੀ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਆ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ
I mean, a lot of students that are watching this are probably youngsters or even older people. They're probably can relate to us as well. Like people who come from abroad, just want to take pictures, really. But
Yeah,
Kheti's
yeah.
hard work, man.
It's so hard, man.
Have you ever done any Kheti before? Have you ever done it? Have you tried it?
Oh, like gardening around the house, if that counts, But even that's hard, man. Like if I'm helping my dad out ever, it's like it's actually like it's harder than it looks,
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. I mean, you know what? Stop. My father recently. We got into a new house right now, and our garden was kind of plain, but he's made it into like a proper farm, like tomatoes, like strawberries, like all these different fruits and vegetables. And like, Dad, wow, you can make all of this, and I'm just like, teach me how you do that, man. That's so cool.
That's so
cool,
dope, man. Imagine like yo, Gurdwara invested in this kind of infrastructure. Like, look, I was just thinking about this. It's like we get langar from some grocery store or something like this, right? Like again, it's just some random grocery store. We don't know where this food supply is coming from, right? One day, let's just say like the food supply, somebody cuts it, we can't get access to it. If we had our own farms and stuff, right? Like we could do indoor agriculture, vertical farming, greenhouses, all this stuff. Like we could grow whatever crop we want, right? And it doesn't even require that much land. And I'm pretty sure Gurdwara have money to invest in this. But I think it's like nobody has brought this idea forward. That's why they're not thinking about this stuff. But there's a lot of stuff we can do. It's like if we want to bring autonomy back to the Qawm, we got to control our food supply. Like that's a main thing that we got to control. Like right now in England, I heard like a part of London doesn't have water or something. Like,
oh yeah. I think it's the east side maybe. Yeah, they don't have any water supply, man. I think it's Boris Johnson. He's just acting up lately, but I don't know. That's up to him really.
See, it's like the Sarkar, they can control the water supply and everything, right? So we got to figure out ways to feed our own people before we could even talk about ajadi and stuff. It's like, yo, apa ajadi ta lavange par inna nu like langar ke mein chalaunge apa. How are we gonna do all this stuff?
Yeah.
So we gotta you gotta build the whole system up, and then aap hi ajadi fir aa jani hai.
Yo, bro, you should be the leader, man. Leader of the bunt right here.
Nah, man. Bas ab pata hi gallan karan jog gaye hain.
Yeah. Waheguru. But you know what? It's these kind of conversations that we kind of trigger. Maybe, hopefully, someone watching right now can actually rise to the occasion and become a good leader of the fund. So it's good that we're having these kind of conversations, man. It's the type of conversation that SIKH should have, and we should definitely encourage other people, other SIKHs and Singnia to get involved too. I think it's dope, man. I think it's really dope.
Yeah, bro. Because if we are an army, we gotta start thinking like an army, man. We can't like we gotta figure out how are we gonna feed our army, how are we gonna arm our army, and all this stuff. We gotta have these discussions. Where are our bases located? Who are our generals and all this stuff? We don't have any of this figured out right now.
But not just any army. Guru's army, the forge of the Khalsa.
Yep.
The forge of the Khalsa, man. Forge of the Khalsa. And we actually nearly entered the show right now. Bro, I'm gonna say it's been an incredible journey, man. Since the first episode to this episode right now, we've done a lot of stuff, man. Talking about your growing up, what you've been up to, your hobbies, kind of stuff you've been up to at university, your behind the scenes of making this sick, awesome Harry Potter videos with the green screen and the broomstick.
Everyone step up to the left side of their broomstick. Stick your right hand over the broom and say up.
Up.
Mr. Longbottom.
Bloody hell, man. Now, how did you get in the man? Come on now. What are you doing, man? Somebody catch. Mind my mother just snack land. Okay, bye.
What an idiot.
And mind look at him, Melga, you donut.
It's been a ride, man. It's been a ride. I want to say thank you to you for joining in, and we hope that all you viewers that are watching right now have fully enjoyed watching right now. And bro, are there any final messages you want to say to the viewers and the SIKH channel maybe?
I just want to say shout out to SIKH channel for letting me come on and just talk, and and for the viewers, I'm sorry if I wasted anyone's time.
Bro, I'm sure you wasted nobody's time here, but if any mistakes have been made, please do forgive us.
Yeah, forgive me too, please.
Thank you to Brampton Grand for joining us today. Thank you to everyone who's watching. Make sure to check out these videos, these episodes on YouTube if you have missed out. And we will catch you guys in next week's show. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa. Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.